This is our official last session for the 2020 JMG National Facebook Live group. Lisa, we'll let you kick us off.
Y'all, this has been so much fun. We are so blessed that you guys let us be a part of your families during this time when we've been sheltering in place and at home. And I just am so grateful that we got to be a part of this together. I hope you guys have had a lot of fun. We have been delighted to see your pictures and all the things that you've done. And this is an opportunity for us to really share and celebrate all the things that we've learned and done during the past few weeks.
We are going to spend today to talk a little bit what we've done over the last several weeks, but we've had some great growth of the program as well. Lisa, share them with the numbers.
Well, you guys, it's hard to believe 893 families have participated in our Facebook Live certification program. Over 1,300 children, and we have families from all 50 states. That's just incredible. And so, you know, it's a reminder that gardening is a real great way to bring all of us together, and that even though we're in all 50 states and we're separated by many, many miles, it's something that we can all do together, and we can do collectively to make a difference, not only in our family, but in our community and our world. So salute to you guys for being the first. It's the first time we've ever had that big of a group, and that we got all 50 states is pretty cool.
There are junior master gardener groups that happen all the time. A lot of times they're in school settings or in youth groups or scouts or boys or girls clubs, those kinds of things. And it may range between a handful of kids to 50 or sometimes an entire campus. It may be several hundred kids. But this is officially the largest junior master gardener group that's ever been, and we're happy to have you be a part of it. So what have we done over the last several weeks? If you look at some of the topics we've gone over session by session, you've learned a lot. We've done a lot. We've had some great experiences and great activities. We've loved how you shared with us some of the things that you've learned and the products you've made and some of the service projects that you have been a part of. Our last session we had was with our plant scientist, Dr. Orvis. And so we got to really see what kinds of maybe careers you could be related to in your future if you are interested in plant science too. But today is our final day. It's our graduation day, and it's our service project feature day. And so we wanted to just start by just kind of going real quickly through the weeks and talk about and see what you remember of what you've learned along the way. So our very first session, do you remember what it was about? It was Hamburger Plant. And we challenge you to think about all the kinds of things that we get from plants. And we talked about hamburgers specifically. And we said that hamburgers come from plants. And was that true? And we said what actually was, because almost every ingredient has some direct or maybe one step away connection to the world of plants. And we want to share with you some of your faces and some of your work that you share with us along the way, because we're all about sharing what we know with people around us. And here's some cool images of some of the things that you shared with us. All the parts of the plants that these different parts of a burger come from. Some great faces, Lisa, of our junior master gardener kids.
I love it.
Our second session, we learned that plants need P.L.A.N.T.S. And if you're fast, I want to see if you can comment in our comment section of what was one of those letters that represented in those plant needs. And we had you do something kind of unusual. We had you wrap your head up in paper to make a sombrero, a no-and-show sombrero that demonstrated those plant needs. And here are some of the images that we see of what you shared with us along the way too. Some great shots.
Oh, how sweet.
Look at that. Look at that. All the hats are so different. It's very, very good.
Oh, you're getting some of them answering it. P for place, L for light.
All right. Awesome. You guys are so smart. That's awesomeness. All right, Lisa.
All right. Session three, we did Oxygen Factory. And if you remember, we talked about how plants are so cool because they are able to make their own food. Here's some pictures of our group with their Oxygen Factory papers and some things they collected. And then if y'all remember, we talked about gas gobblers as a fun game that we can do to learn about how plants give off oxygen, and we need oxygen to breathe. Look at those great pictures that some of our junior master gardeners sent. Love it.
Session 3, we talked about plant parts we eat. We had a great read aloud. Do you remember the Tops and Bottoms book? And what we talked about during this session is all parts of plants are edibles, not just the fruit portion or the vegetable portions, but all parts of the plant are edible across all the spectrum of plants. And we had you categorize different plant parts and what plant products, what vegetables that we can get from those. Some great images, some of the faces and some of the work that we saw during that session.
I love that book, Randy. That's one of my favorites. Oh my goodness, here's our plant people. Do you guys remember doing that? Look at these awesome plant people. And we talked about that, kind of reviewed that plants need P.L.A.N.T.S, and we have to provide that for our plant people. Look at these plant people. Here's mine. She kind of has some crazy hair. Look at the one in the middle with curly hair. I love it. So great job. And I love our friend that has the really creative one that was on the screen. Thanks for sharing.
Session 6 was paper pots. We learned to make recycled paper pots that could be transplantable pots that wouldn't disturb the root systems of seedlings. We had some cool images that came in from that one as well. Some kids in the same process, a little bit of a messy kind of a thing, but it was a great way to recycle some material to make something that could be used in other ways other than just thrown away. And we had some of our kids actually do some service projects related to this, and we'll show you that at the end of our session.
And you guys may have remembered when we did leaf and seed sort, and we looked at lots of different kinds of leaves and different seeds. And we learned about that plants can be classified as either monocots or dicots. And we talked about some of the differences between monocots and dicots and how their leaves look, and also how their seed looks. Remember, mono means one, it has one cotyledon. Dicot has two cotyledons. We learned a whole lot about some of those differences, and then we're able to plot those and put them together. And you guys did some great graphs showing some of the differences between the seeds, the leaves, and even the flower petals. So pretty
That was
awesome.
so cool. That was so cool. Some great plant science in that activity, that session that day. And then session 8, who remembers that we took a living organism and we dissected a living organism? We worked, me and my daughter Ellie, who's a part of this group with you, we took apart a tomato plant and really dissected to all the different parts that make up the plant of that plant system, all the parts working together to make the plant work. And we ended it by sharing a special plant parts wrap with you. And it's kind of cool because in that plant parts wrap, we learned about the parts of the plant and the function that they serve. And we also challenged you at that point to send us in clips of you performing the plant parts wrap. We got a good number of those wrap clips, and we're going to share that with you at the very end of this session as a premiere. And you're going to be the first people to be able to see it. But because we can't do it during the video, we want to share with you some of the faces that are featured in the video. And you see them there. Gabe, Kate, and Orion from Haywood, North Carolina are in the video. Megan from Winchester, Hannah from Jerome, Idaho, Sean, Austin, and Benji from Milliken, Texas are going to be in this video. Carrie, Las Vegas, Ellie here in College Station, she's local, and Tulario from Black Lake, Ohio. And Tulario is a cool kid, Lisa. You remember him? He is the entrepreneur kid who is a part of Tiger Mushroom Farms. If you want mushroom, all kinds of products, he's an amazing kid, and they've got some amazing products.
Exactly.
You'll see him performing in our plant parts wrap as well. So we'll share that with you in a few minutes. That's going to premiere on YouTube just at the end of this call. And we'll share with you how to access that so you see your kids performing their talented skills for us. Oh, this is a cool one too. Remember this one, Lisa?
I do. I remember we got to look at those up close, which was really cool to see.
It was really cool. And we had some crazy success germinating those seeds from the bag of 16 bean soup mix. And we got some feedback. Some people had problems with their beans kind of molding in the bag. And that's kind of a typical thing because those aren't really made to be able to sprout. They're made to be able to eat, but a lot of them will sprout. We had some great success with those. So don't give up. If you have problems with those molding when you tried it, don't give up and try it again. Make sure those bags are open to be able to let a little bit of air circulation be a part of that. And here's one of our kids that did that, and you see her bag, but look at this one. During this time, we're kind of isolating. We had to have some other resources, and so we didn't have a stapler maybe at this house, but look what they used to be able to hold those seeds and parts up. Some little
great idea.
I thought that was kind of a clever way to be able to use that. But again, we love seeing the work that these kids can share.
And look at the difference between the wet and dry seed. That's awesome.
It's almost doubled in size, isn't it? That was amazing. And flower dissection. This was cool.
Flower dissection. If you guys remember, we talked about 4 of the main parts of the flower. We talked about petals, the colorful parts, sepals, the green leaf-like structure underneath, and we talked about the male part, which is the stamen, and the female part, which is the pistil. Then we got to look inside, and you guys sent us pictures of some of the flowers you all dissected, which was really awesome. And look at this one. Not only the different parts of the flower, but look at all the pollen that was on that particular flower, maybe from an Easter lily, I'm guessing. So that was fun.
Session 11 was gallon greenhouses, and we were making the homes that were going to be the way to be able to contain and provide the humidity and moisture for our cuttings that Lisa's going to share with us how to do in the plant propagation section. And I share these 2 images with you of these 2 kids because we're going to see them immediately in this next slide. I'll show you too, that is a part of the propagation side. But before I jump with that, the image on the corner of me holding that plant label, one of the cool things that we did also is we showed you all different ways you can envision using the parts of a milk jug other than just to drink milk from. And there were some creative ideas that we shared and some new ones that we saw sent to us as well. But that's just simple, making a circular plant label from a piece of the plastic.
You know, repurposing is really great. We talked about not only with milk jugs, but even some of the to-go containers and salad containers and things like that that you may get. It's a great way to repurpose and reuse those and not throw them out. So,
all right. Speaking of that, Lisa, I got to say, I have to confess, this was probably my favorite week, my favorite lesson.
We got some great feedback from you guys. It sounds like a lot of you all did propagation, which I love. And if you remember, I talked about it was one of the first things that got me excited about gardening and how I did propagation of my great grandmother's fig tree. I showed you guys different types of propagation. We did division, we did stem cuttings and leaf cuttings, and then we also did air layering. Here's some pictures that you guys sent us in of the things that you were doing, and it sounds like you guys are really doing a great job with your propagating, are able to start sharing them with others, which is a great way to pass along plants, right?
Well, Lisa, and this JMG kid did a great job of reusing, repurposing something that was already in the house. You don't have to necessarily dig things out of a recycle bin. You can use any container that's able to contain some of that moisture. I thought that was kind of a cool thing we didn't really even talk about very much.
Exactly.
And then our last session, Dr. Orvis. Lisa, you remember about that session?
Catherine Orvis is an amazing friend of Junior Master Gardener and a acclaimed scientist in her own right. She talked a little bit about what she does with her research at Purdue University and how she went on to get her degrees and some of the work that she does. So how scientists are able to breed plants that maybe have more nutrition in them, that maybe have a lot of things that are more healthful. And she talked about all the different colors of carrots and potatoes and some of the things that she enjoys with her work in plant science. So that's really cool. And some of you guys may have learned, wow, I didn't know that there were people that actually do that for a living. So it's kind of a neat way to learn what others do. And we really appreciate Dr. Orvis sharing with us during that session.
She is a friend of the program that Lisa said. She's a state coordinator for JMG in her state. She's a cool person, but she's a brilliant scientist, and we're happy to have her be a part of our JMG family. Okay, so that was, Lisa, that was a really quickly way to go through these 13 sessions, wasn't it?
It was.
We wanted to get to some of the things that we really were excited to be able to talk about. We've mentioned the idea of having digital service projects. I know a lot of you are isolated right now, but the idea of being able to share some of the cool things that you are doing. And these don't have to be big projects. These could be things that are just helping people in your neighborhood or people around you, or even in your home, maybe younger siblings. So we just wanted to kind of real quickly share with you some of the things that were shared. And this is not all of them. These are just some that we wanted to be able to kind of highlight because we got some good stuff from you. All right, let me show this next one. Okay, here we go. This is Aiden. He's a Texas kid. He collected seeds, bluebonnet and larkspur seeds, to share with some of his friends. So that's kind of a cool, simple way for us to be able to see some of the cool things that are happening just in the area and things they have access to. The Turner family in Ohio, they had baby plants coming in the garden, and they were just able to pull those up and share those with people around them too. Oh, that was kind of a nifty one. This is Megan. let's see where Megan is at. Oh, so her favorite, Lisa, was the greenhouse propagation sessions. She wanted to share with her friend Simone. This is Simone pictured here. So she chose a hen and chick plant, and she sought to add a little pizzazz by decorating her greenhouse as well. So that was a gift to her friend.
Oh, that's awesome.
I thought that was kind of nifty. And then I thought this was nice. Alex was talking about his knowledge of propagation, and he was talking to a neighbor about it. And so the neighbor offered for him to come and divide her hostas. And she said, you can even keep some for yourself. So she was thinning out some as a service to his neighbor, but
Wow.
taking advantage of that, benefiting from that too.
Exactly. Oh, look at this one. Eleanor and Violet, they're from Greenville, South Carolina. They completed their service project building beds and composting at a nonprofit urban garden. Way to go, guys. That's awesome. And what a time to really help others right now. Look at Izzy. Izzy's from Illinois. She's been working hard on their service project, creating a community garden that they can share with the community. And they will soon be having a free plant stand at their house as soon as the weather gets better. I bet you have a lot of people that want to come to your free plant stand. I love that. Great job, guys.
This is Kayla, and you can see what she gave, Lisa, to her grandma. That's her plant person, and that's a big deal because they make these plant people, they're special, they're their pets. They love them, and for her to give that to somebody else, her grandma, that's an awesome thing. So Kayla, if you didn't do this yet, remember, we talked about those P.L.A.N.T.S that plants need, and even though that plant person's kind of a weird container, as long as all those plant needs are being met, that plant, those grass seeds, going to be able to grow well.
Yeah, you can tell your grandmother how to help take care of it, right?
And then also, what is she going to need to do to her plant person, Lisa, in a couple weeks?
Oh, the hair is going to start growing, so probably going to have to get it a haircut.
It's going to need a haircut. In the Fillmore family, they're in Idaho, and this is kind of cool. Hannah is one of the people who contributed to our plant parts wrap. We'll see her wrapping in a few minutes. But the mom shared with us, and you see in the little piece there that McKinley, a 7-year-old, she is helping at her local nursery, and her job at the nursery is to teach other kids about plants, and she's learned as a junior master gardener kid. How awesome is that?
Okay, y'all, this is Mateo's paper pot, and he used his paper pots and planted pumpkin and honeydew plants that he's going to give to his grandma, and they are now ready for transplanting. So that is awesome. And look, he's already got it labeled for her.
And Mateo is a 4-year-old. He's from Texas, but it's kind of cool. So we have some kids that are on the younger side, like Mateo, and we have some kids that are on the junior high age range and a little bit up as well. So it's been kind of a great family, multi-age group this class has been a part of.
Okay, I printed this so I could read it. This is Gabe and Caden in Orion from North Carolina. And their mom said, we are so proud of them for completing their project for the Junior Master Gardener program. They started plants from seeds while participating in the program online. They wanted to give some of their plants away for their community service project. They made a board of all the work they've done in the program, and they shared their knowledge. Thanks, guys, for sharing at the farmers market. They gave away 3 tomato plants, 4 squash plants, 4 corn for popcorn plants, 2 bean plants, and a greenhouse they made out of a bottle. How cool is that? Thank you, guys. And I bet y'all had a lot of people coming to visit your booth at the farmers market. That's awesome.
And those guys, we'll see them too as some of our wrappers here in just a moment. But we're going to pause, Lisa, because this is kind of a transition. We wanted to be able to talk about the things we've learned over the last several weeks. We wanted to be able to highlight some of the service projects that you have been a part of, but now we're coming to the graduation phase. So we'll open the curtain for our graduation. And our challenge is, well, now parents, if you did get a certificate printed for your student, now's the time to get it out. If you didn't see these yet, if you'd signed up to be part of the group at the JMG webpage, jmgkids.us/Facebook Live, and Karen can add that to the comment section as well. If you haven't already done, that's not too late because we can still get these certificates to you. But if you were on that email list as of yesterday, we sent out a certificate that you could print. That is this one you see on the screen. And we would love for you to be able to personalize it by adding your kid's name. And at this point, we would love to graduate them. So Lisa, go ahead.
So we are proud to have you guys as a part of the very first online national JMG group. And this is to certify that you guys have finished with successful completion, the Plant Growth and Development Golden Ray Series certification for the International Junior Master Gardener Program. Congratulations. Randy, should we try to sing some graduation music? Dun, 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 dun.
So parents, what we would love for you to be able to do is if you have that in your hand right now and you're giving it to your kid right now as a part of our graduation event, we would love for you just to share that with us. So right now, since we're all part of our group, one easy way to do that is just in the comment section. So if you would snap a picture of your kid with his or her certificate and add that to the comment section, we'll be able to see those. Or if you want to post it to Facebook afterwards, our standard hashtag we've used all the time is hashtag JMG Kids FB Live, and we'd love to be able to share that either way. We are so proud of the work that your kids have been a part of.
You guys, that's awesome, and I hope y'all had fun participating with us. It seems weird that our time together is closing down to an end. It's been such a joy for Randy and I and all of our behind the scenes crew, Karen Walton that works in our office, and so many of our Texas A&M AgriLife Extension employees and our Extension program partners across the United States that have participated by helping answer questions online and helping promote the program. So we are thrilled to have been able to do this. We wanted to let you know about a couple of things that you can expect from us. One is we're going to be sending out an email like Karen always does, and there's a survey on there. And parents, we would really appreciate it if you would take time to complete the survey. That helps us as we look at programming for the future to kind of learn which lessons you like, how it works for you, and what types of things we might offer for future programs. So I know that sometimes we get these surveys and you're like, oh, I don't feel like doing it, but it's a brief survey and it helps us so much. So I hope that if this was a valuable experience for you and your family, that you would take time to complete that for us. It would mean a lot to us and to help us to shape this program for future kids that might be taking other classes with us. It was really fun. The other thing I wanted to tell you is be sure to keep looking on our Junior Master Gardener website. We're planning on some other opportunities that we're going to be offering over the summer and during the school year. And then a reminder is that if your school, when y'all go back in session, doesn't have a Junior Master Gardener program, there's all sorts of information online about how you could start that program at your school. We would love for you to be able to share that and share this project with others. So just keep looking back on our website. And as I mentioned before, our program is operated here through Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service. But we're state supported, but we are not fully state funded. So we rely a lot on gifts and grants. If you feel compelled to be able to give and help support our Junior Master Gardening activities, we would love that. There's a link at the top of the website if you choose to participate in helping support the things that we do. But most of all, we just want to say, you guys, this has been a blessing for us during this time of craziness. Our team has enjoyed getting to know you a little better and to really use gardening as a tool to help grow good kids all over the United States. So thank you from our team. We just wish you and your family the very, very best.
Okay, Lisa, good job. Thank you for sharing that survey link. It came yesterday. We'll probably resend it out again if you didn't respond to it. That just collects information about kind of where you guys are from, who you are, and it will real quickly click you through each of those lessons and have just a quick response to.
And parents, this is really geared for you to take. We're not asking the children to take it. It's really geared for you. But there are a few questions on that we want to know what you feel like your children gain from the project. So just know that that's on there as well. So we appreciate y'all taking it.
Lisa, and this happens sometimes. I see on the comments that there's a couple people that didn't get their certificate. So we'll for sure send those back out. If you'll email us that last time you received an email from us, just reply back to say that you didn't get the certificate. We'll make sure that happens. And dang it, I see that the Ditmores say that it won't let them comment with photos. It seems like they have in the past. For some reason, it's not doing that right now. So if you can't comment with photos now, your kids, please post those on your Facebook with that hashtag JMG Kids FB Live hashtag. That will help us to be able to see
Yeah, and we'll love it. And if we have some of those that use that hashtag, we'll continue to add that to our collection of pictures. So that's awesome.
So this is kind of cool, is you are the first to be able to see that. We weren't able to have it stream as a part of this session right now, but right now, if you jump over to our YouTube channel, you're going to see the premiere. It's premiering on YouTube right now, the kid compilation of the JMG Facebook Live Kids Plant Part Wrap. And if you see at the top of that page, yeah, there's a URL there, just youtube.com/JMG Kids will jump you right to that.
Yeah, we tried so hard to get it to stream through Facebook, and the audio just was not working for us. Probably user error on our end, but we tried really
It's
hard.
part of it. We've learned a lot in this process.
We've learned a lot of technology.
Karen and you and me and all of our folks who've been on the call, who've been helping the support people, answering questions. We have learned a lot. It's been a great experience. But I'll tell you, and Lisa, you may mention this earlier, if you have people that maybe are interested in being a part of these sessions, this entire selection of these lessons, all these activities have been recorded, and they're part of that same YouTube channel. So we have groups of people who are planning to take it during the summer who haven't seen it before. So all that content is going to be there. So we say that to say, if you are willing to share that, and you go to that YouTube channel, there'll be even a place for that video for you to be able to share the video on your social media. That's the way we get the word out, is relying on you as a part of our family to be able to let other people know about those kinds of opportunities. And so there's going to be a summer 2020 plant growth and development that is going to be the same session you guys just got to take part in.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, guys, and be sure to go to the YouTube channel and check out that video. It's awesome. And once again, from our family to yours, we're so grateful that you shared some time with us this during this season. We hope it was beneficial for you, and it's certainly been a blessing to us. We wish you all the best.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.